Hey, Toddy, gosh almighty, who the heck are they? Hey, flim, flam, bim, bam, Ole Miss. By golly, and welcome to Vaught Hemingway Stadium where the Rebels are ready to take the field. Today, a couple of SEC teams get ready to square off in what ought to be an old-fashioned slobber knocker. As we'll see, the winners of 3 straight, the Texas Longhorns. The Rebels will kick it away to start us off. He'll call for the fair catch here. So Texas's offense takes the field to start this game off. Here he comes, and obviously defense is always going to be aware of a quarterback, but boy, he finds a way to put defenses on their heels all the time, David.
I mean, what can't he do? He's got the weapons, he's got the confidence, he's got the experience. Jesse, these kind of guys are so hard to defend.
You're right. They better be able to find a way to get pressure on him, because if they don't, this is going to be a long day.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Handoff to the lone back. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
And the DB right with him to knock it away.
Really nice play by the defender, being in a good position for that deep ball down the field, not letting the receiver put his big body on him, go up over top. The only thing that could have been better is that thing tipped to another defender. It was an interception, but great coverage by the defender.
And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a 3rd down stop. They'll try to run for it. The Longhorns are stopped, but not before getting the first down.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense here. You're putting it on your offensive line on 3rd down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest, pound that rock.
Leaves it with the back. Tackled after picking up the first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride, and they want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. He's going to pass. Throws to the wideout. Not in lockstep there with the receiver. After the incompletion, it's 2nd down. Leaves it with the running back. They ripped off 7 on that one. Now a 3rd down and 3.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run, then you open it up for the passing game.
On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. 1st and goal from the 7. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost, trying to defend their own end zone. With the run on 1st and goal. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. And the Longhorns come to the line in the hurry-up. They go right back to their man on 2nd and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Texas!
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise in the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TD.
PAT unit on the field. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Rebels offense has its first opportunity of the day. And what a great matchup we have of two highly productive runners, David.
And I like the competition aspect of this, Reese. Like, I'm watching what you're doing on the other side, and I'm going to prove I'm a better running back than you. Both these guys are looking to be the man today.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. Grab behind the line. It's Baker. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Guys, this rough start is hardly what they had in mind to start SEC play, and it's not going to get any easier.
Well, no doubt about it. There were big expectations surrounding this program inside SEC play this year, and things haven't necessarily gone their way. They've had to fight a ton of adversity, but, David, they believe they have the leadership in the locker room to turn it around, but it's got to start today.
Yeah, one at a time. Like, we got to start today. We got to find something. We got to find what we're really good at, what we can hang our hat on so we can start to build some momentum throughout the season. Obviously, not the start we wanted, but we got to point to the next opportunity.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
To the air, it's Walters. Gonna take a shot. And this is dropped. Oh, my goodness. Sometimes you're just too open.
You don't get a lot of chances like that in games, guys. Take shots downfield, and when you get open, you got to finish the play. The wideout's going to wish he had that one.
We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. The give to the back. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. And the Longhorns send out the punt unit. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he's stopped. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
And the Rebels headed quickly to the line.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't. And he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
Now a first down from the 45-yard line. He wants to throw. Gets it out quickly. They make the stop, and that's how the first quarter will end. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. They think they can create space here with a run to the right. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels!
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in the rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Oklahoma was relentless today in a road win that frankly wasn't even as close as the final score indicates. This was a vintage Sooners performance, one that really should instill confidence within this program. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Let's see how they set the tone on 1st and 10. Might as well give it to him again. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
To the air, it's Walters. He unleashes a long one. And it's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Longhorns! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the scoring play coming on a 56-yard touchdown pass. Fielded in the end zone. It's Peace. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, you know, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
Knocked down for the tackle. The Rebels racing to the line in the hurry-up. He'll do it himself. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the 1st down.
In an offense, if you're going to be successful running the ball, and I don't care who it is carrying it, you've got to have receivers that are willing to block. You've got to have guys that are willing to get involved. How about the receiver here on the stock block going and picking off that safety?
And the Rebels have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Getting some heat. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
And that is a great job by the defense, containing and constricting the pocket. There was nowhere for the QB to go, and he did not have a lot of time. He went down quick.
So now they're staring at a 2nd and long from their 20. He's looking to throw. On the run, fires downfield. Complete downfield. And he's knocked down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And he bats it away. It falls incomplete.
That's not an easy throw to hit, I will say. A dagger throw, it takes time to develop. You really got to sell the route. The quarterback has got to put that in an area and anticipate the throw. Just not on the same page with his receiver on that one.
Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Here comes the Texas offense. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
Give to the running back. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run, not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. Handoff from the gun. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
And they just kind of sneaked that one in there. As a defensive guy, 3rd and 5+. I'm thinking pass. They were thinking pass, Palmer, and they slipped the run in.
And it's so nice then to have this guy at running back too, right? Because you could throw it to him on 3rd down or hand it off. And he's got the vision and the athleticism to go pick up that first, keep the drive going.
Now on 2nd down. Trying play action. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Morrison. And that defensive penetration gave him no chance, and he is ridden out of bounds. A 3rd and long coming up here. Wants to throw. It's Walters. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
And the defense able to get pressure to the quarterback, and they've got everybody trying to swipe at the football, and the impact on the hit sometimes jars the ball loose. Great job with the pass rush and a better job forcing a turnover.
The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
Caught in the backfield, it's Baker. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
The field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Fair catch, called for and made. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute, you've got to lock in.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Scanning the field, it's Walters. He uncorks one deep. And he's got it at the 30. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. This offense has to be feeling it after that last one, and they'll snap it 1st and 10 just outside the 20. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down.
Yeah, and way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that first down. Nice job. Nice play call by the offense.
The Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. The give to the tailback. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On 3rd down, going up top. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Here comes the field goal unit.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
And that is no good. After that failed field goal attempt, fellas, still tie ball game.
And that's just a chip shot. That's just a field goal they got to make, guys.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They'll give it to the back. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
All right, thanks, guys. You've had yourselves a superb broadcast so far in Oxford today. An entertaining first half, and we've got a multi-possession lead to break down thanks to the surgical precision of this offense. I'd honestly take more time to talk about what didn't work than what did. The running game, the passing game, gadget plays have worked. Now it's just a matter of finishing the job.
Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. First drive of the 2nd half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the 2nd half, who's going to get aggressive, Paul? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
Tackled immediately after the catch. The Rebels want to move quickly. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. He looks that one in nicely. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down. And the Rebels are on the move. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good.
Catch inside the 25. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. The Rebels are threatening on 1st and goal. Looking for the score. Touchdown, Rebels. And with that one, they jump on top here in the 2nd half. This game must be moving so slowly for this quarterback. He sees everything 2 or 3 beats ahead.
Way ahead. I mean, it's been really, really easy. I better get some more hits on him. I better do something to make him feel uncomfortable, because right now, it's just like, oh, you're running that? Yeah, that's easy. I mean, he's already read your mail. You better change the address, do something different.
So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
Going for the big play. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass, locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
Back to pass, it's Walters. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. The Longhorns will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Running it back, it's Peace. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Got it in the middle. It's Amaro. And he's still running after the move. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line. And the Rebels will hustle to the line.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Going to the running game. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Ole Miss! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden.
Looking deep. And he's got it inside the 25. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Texas! Well, I'm not sure who was closer to the receiver there, the defensive backs or us here in the booth.
That was great execution on offense. Receiver wins the route one-on-one, shows off his speed, gets himself wide open. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that, but nice job.
He'll bring it out. It's Peace. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
On 2nd down, he'll fire. Fires downfield. Got a wide open receiver. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33. The Rebels moving quickly to the line.
Well, he has been the go-to guy all game long. He's been lighting up the scoreboard. This defense cannot cover him.
You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. Here comes the hurry up. They go to the ground. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a first down. And the Rebels come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The lone back's got it. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. On the ground, it's Cole. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
You know, you start day one of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy. They're not pretty.
Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels! Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being caught. No shot. They have no idea how to get this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. They'll throw it on first down. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat.
He'll take a deep shot here. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. Taking it the other way. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And that's the advantage right there of having your dime personnel on the field. You got an extra DB. There, who's really good at covering. So for quarterbacks, you got to be so good and precise with these passes because they've got speed in the back end. They're able to come away with the pick.
Wide receiver shows motion. Off the play fake on first down. It's caught downfield. And he's brought down after a huge completion. This offense just gets a bolt of energy when they get a play like that. Now they're in the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 20. Looking for space, it's Cole. Running it in the red zone, imposing their will and picking up 5 down to the 15. The Rebels want to pick up the tempo. Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. Finds his man, it's Bloomberg. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. Wide out in motion. Takes a snap, wants to throw. It's complete. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Ole Miss. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback and wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
They're going to throw it to start the drive. Going to let it fly. And the ball is caught. He's inside the 35. A giant chunk of yardage picked up there, and they're down to the 24.
That's a nice-looking catch on that play, and I know Texas is known for DBs, and they're known for having really good running backs. Not a lot of great receivers over the years. I'll tell you what, though, this guy...
And the pass is intercepted. Going the other way, and he's got room. The 30. The 10. Touchdown, Rebels. A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. It is one thing to come up with the interception. No, don't stop there. Turn it into a score.
Make a big play and don't be content. That's right. Go out and make an even bigger play, and he does it. He makes the pick and then takes it all the way back to the house. Looked like a wide receiver, for goodness sakes. Turn on the Jets, making the big play.
And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. That last pick six after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The deep.
And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. What can they pull out of the playbook here on 2nd and long from the 17? Dropping back, it's Walters. Takes a shot as he lets it go. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
QBs and receivers on 3rd down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with his target.
He'll take the deep shot. Pulls it in on the left. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down. The Longhorns want to crank the tempo. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
Oh, he had it right down the middle, and it just squirted right through his fingers, and they missed an opportunity for a nice play on 1st down. That last incompletion leaves them with 2nd and 10 from the 21. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And the defense, they've got him at the 27. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line.
And this defense came to play. They know about the high-profile QB. They rose to the challenge and dominated the competition today. They took care of business, and they made no doubt about who's the better football team.
They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And good coverage and better hands by the defender to knock it down in the end zone. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And is going to be batted down. They'll turn it over.
Is incomplete.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because you're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got to get a stop on this possession, and the offense is going to have to do better than they just did.
Still on his feet at the 45. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line.
Yeah, and how about this offense? A little counter, a little misdirection. Get everybody's eyes going one direction. They go back the other way. Nice execution by the offense to make the big running play down the field.
We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
They'll leave it with him. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chain.
And listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, I love teams that commit to the run, and when it's successful, keep running the rock.
Yeah, David, I think this offensive line right now, they've got a lather going. They're really sort of getting in the groove and flow of this game. They're just getting tremendous push at the point of attack. It seems like every single time they decide to run the ball.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Just when they're looking run, now up top. Gets it out fast. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before. Big chunk of yardage is picked up. And the Rebels line it up with a 1st and goal.
This quarterback has been really good today. Has been on top of it, seeing things really, really well. That pass right there put him over the 300-yard mark. That's a pretty good day.
And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Got it! He's down at the 1, and they almost... pass on that one.
Yeah, and what a nice job seeing it, reacting, and throwing. When you run these RPOs, you want to read the defense really quickly. Is he playing run? Okay, boom. I'm going to throw the slant right behind him. Nice job by the QB.
3rd and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. Absolutely perfect. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Here comes the Texas offense. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On 1st down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
He tries to take the top off. He holds it in, and nobody's close. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, Longhorns! And he added the extra point. They wasted no time on that drive. Got it on their 25, and 2 plays later, they're in the end zone. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
Number 16, set to kick this one away.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. Got room at the 35. And he'll pick up the 1st down after a tough run there.
This guy's been special today. Coming into this one, they thought they had an opportunity really to get him going, running the football, and he has delivered. You've seen the speed, the vision, his ability to break tackles, well over 100 rushing yards in this game, and that's why they have a nice lead here late.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. We've reached a 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. Gonna run it. It's Cole. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
Never had a chance. One coverage to get down there and knock him down inside the 10. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. If you want to look on the bright side, at least you can pile up a bunch of yards if you can move the ball, because it is a long way to the end zone. He's going to go down, and he's in his own end zone. It's going to be a safety.
And that kind of sums up the day for this offense. I mean, nothing has really gone your way. Now you give up the safety. Tell you what, this team's got a lot of work to do over this next week to get better, to improve. This was a bad day.
Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Boy, they have delighted these home fans here by putting this game in a hammerlock, David.
Yeah, and this crowd's been jacked up. They've been excited. Now they get to breathe a little bit, Palmer. Nice lead. This offense needs to go out and protect it.
Yeah, they've been the more physical team all game long. So let's just run the ball. Let's just ice this football game, take the W into the locker room.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. Not a lot of drama in this one as they just get punched in the face and lose by double figures.